Okay, kids, so if you're seeing this, you have chosen to do the puppy dog. Um, so what you're going to do, this picture is horizontal. The rest of them are all vertical. So this is the wide way. We're going to hold the paper the wide way, and we are going to trace the animal holding our pencil straight up and down without pushing too hard. Nice light lines. All right, so there's our doggy. And now we're going to have to take a look at the slide on the Google Classroom to see what we need to do next. Okay, so I've brought up my slide. Now mine's on my phone because I can't do two things on my computer at once. So now what you're going to do, okay, is there are a couple things left to do with pencil before we switch to the marker. Now, my dog is facing the opposite direction of this dog, but that's not a big deal. We can figure it out. First thing we need to do is finish this doggie's big old eyeball. So you want to make a big oval like this. And then you're going to give him another circle in there and a little circle inside. And then he has a little smiling mouth that's right about here. Okay, now if your dog's facing the other way, it's even easier because that's the way her picture's facing. But anyway, and then it needs a big old nose. So I'm just going to make a curvy line like that. And I think that's really all I need to do with my pencil right now. So I'm going to actually switch to Sharpie. Okay, these skinny Sharpies, they're like pens. You cannot push on them though, all right, or it'll smash the tips. So essentially what we're going to do first is we're just going to go over the lines kind of in a scratchy way, like this. And it doesn't have to be perfect because one of the trademarks of Hagenmeyer's work is that it's not neat and perfect all the time. Okay, now you can also see that she's left a little white dot in the nose of the doggie. So I'm going to put that right about here. And then I'm going to start adding the details. Now, most of her details that are black, we're going to use this skinny Sharpie for. Okay? So if you look at the slide very carefully, you can see the little scribbly, scratchy lines that she places around the edges of the animal. And that's just kind of showing the texture of the animal's fur or hair. And again, it does not have to be perfect. We don't want it to be perfect. And if you run out of room like I did, oh well. Okay. Looks like she's added some little doodaddies on the outside. Shapes. Okay. And you're just going to keep working your way around the animal, adding little fun details and dots and blobs. and then adding the texture of the animal's hair. You can see she put some curly cues kind of right around his booty. And again, we're just having a little bit of fun adding some little shapes and patterns and details. I'm not worried about the body yet. I'm going to get around here. Keep giving this doggy some texture around his fur. And I can also see she put these little dots around the doggy's eyes just for a little bit of extra interesting stuff. And that the doggy's eyeball has a fatter black line going around the outside like this. Then you can go ahead and fill in the eyeball, except for that little dot. That's our reflection dot in the eye. Those of you who like anime will notice they put a huge emphasis on having reflection dots in the eyes. Okay, we can use paint to fill the doggy's nose later. Now what we're going to do is look at how Hagemeyer puts different patterns and interesting little doodles inside the body of the dog. So I'm not going to do all of them on camera, but you can see all these different things that you are going to be doing with the black Sharpie only. Okay, don't worry about colors, worry about the little lines and shapes that she has added in the picture that you know you can build with your skinny black marker. Okay, that's what your job would be now, is to finish all of this work that is inside the doggy's body. Once you have done that, you are ready for the next stage of this project.